Namaste, y'all. This is Courtney with a Vinyasa flow practice. Go ahead and join me on all fours. Brighten your fingers, ground to the tops of the feet. Let's start to integrate breath and movement. Take an inhale and arch. And exhale and round. Soft elbow joints, allowing the chest to move forward and up. And then allowing the mid-back to stretch. 3 more. Inhaling. Exhaling. This time inhale, pull the heart forward and up. As you exhale, curl the toes, lift your hips to get back to a down dog. Give yourself a moment to rock, sway, continuing with an ocean-sounding breath, but occasionally sighing or fluttering the lips out to release. And any sort of calf stretching, neck stretching. A couple more moments just to move intuitively. Looking for a little more length in the spine, unlock the knees a little bit more. Drive your booty up and back, and then maybe start to reach the heels down toward the floor. Another inhale through the nose. And any type of exhale that works for you. Walk your hands now to your toes. Bring your feet at least hip width, if not wider. Hands to shins, inhale to a flat back. And as you exhale, fold. Consciously linking breath and movement, really the essence of this Vinyasa style. And generally we're inhaling to expand, to create back bends, heart openers. Exhale to release, to contract, often for forward folds and core work. Consider one more. And as you do fold in, your own hands can help you to go deeper. You can also rest them on the earth or on blocks. Little shake yes, shake no. Final moments being here. Maybe let it up and out through the mouth. Bend your knees a lot. Let's roll our way to stand. Inhaling at least once or twice to get there. And exhaling when you do. You're going to inhale and shrug the shoulders. Exhale, melt them back and down. Deep breath in. Let it out. A couple more. Reach the arms up. Next exhale, bend your elbows. Take a cactus shape. Reach the arms up. Hinging at the hips, bow forward, take it down. Inhaling, chest forward. Exhaling, let that go. Root down, reach up, maybe gaze up. And on the exhale, hands to prayer. One more just like that. Deep breath in, circle the arms. Full breath out, cactus. Inhale, reach without shrugging. And exhale, dive from there. Inhale, heart forward. And exhale, fold. Deep breath in, you rise. And a full breath out to release. From here, moving into Utkatasana or chair pose. Feet parallel, inner thighs rolling back, toes reaching forward. Bend the knees a lot. Allow that little shimmy, sway of the hips, rocking into the heels. Take another breath, connecting navel to spine on that exhale. And then root to rise, do stand up. Let your arms release back and down. Linking breath and movement, bend the knees, inhale. Chair. Exhaling, stand it up, mountain. Inhale, bend. And exhale, extend. 2 more. Last time. And then from there, release the fingers behind you. Reach your knuckles down, lift your heart up. If it's not working, hold a strap, a towel, and then hinge at the hips and fold. Knees soft, a little look to the right, reaching left. Maybe bend the left knee more. And then looking left, reaching right, maybe bend the right knee more. And still folded, come to neutral with the torso, the head. Give it an exhale or two here. And on your inhale, lay flat back to rise, standing up. Exhale, maybe shake it out a little bit. Shoulder roll it out once or twice. Other thumb is going to make its way on top, or holding that strap a little closer with the hands. Inhale first, exhale, dive. Adding some movement or just letting yourself be. Let the neck hang, allow all four sides to get longer. And eventually the arms drop, ragdoll pose. Imagining any tension just kind of pouring out of the crown. The arms soft, the face soft. And your thighs continue to roll back, toes reach forward. Walk your hands forward for a downward facing dog. Couple of breaths to find that strong foundation. Fingers are bright, toes are bright. Next inhale, let's flow forward for plank. Heels reaching back, crown reaching forward. Feel free to rock, sway, or even circle. One way, then the other. From plank, take the inhale. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. It's normal to have to adjust a little bit. Find your way into that strong foundation. And then flowing it together, connecting breath and movement. Inhale, flow forward, plank. Drive the hips up and back, exhaling dog. Inhale, take it forward. Exhale, take it back. This time, inhale, come forward. If you need to, put the knees down. When in doubt, making it a little bit easier. Gazing past the fingertips, elbows hug the ribs, and you lower slowly from there. Stretch the tops of the feet back. Inhale, pull the heart forward, low cobra. Exhale, release. Grounding down to lift up. Inhale, maybe a medium cobra. And exhale, release. One more time, cobra or up dog. Encourage an extra breath or two, subtle adjustments. Maybe even looking over one shoulder or the other. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Flowing it together. Inhale, forward, plank. Elbows raise the ribs, shoulder heads lift. You lower as one line. Inhaling, cobra or upward dog. Exhaling, push back, downward dog. One more if you're feeling it, resting if needed. Child's pose is always an option, which I will happily demo for a breath or two. Joining me, or of course doing your thing. Now from downward facing dog, high on tippy toes. Look toward hands, step or hop. Inhale, chest out. Exhale, fold it in. Root down, we're standing it up. Exhaling, hands are being pulled to prayer, Anjali Mudra. Integrating all sides of you. Allowing, with reference in Sanskrit as a sankalpa, to get clearer. Now that we've warmed up a bit, setting your intention, a dedication, a goal. Maybe it's about being present and giving yourself space and time to find balance, to regulate your nervous system. Inhale through the nose, and maybe exhale through the nose. Deep breath in, circle the arms. Surya Namaskara A, exhaling, fold forward. Inhaling, chest forward. You can step with me if you're familiar with jumping back, feel free. Elbows graze the ribs, take it halfway, or it's easier to go all the way. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Pull it back, maybe use the knees, maybe you're rolling right over the toes. Downward facing dog. A few breaths here. Shaking, moving, or just getting still. High on tippy toes, look toward hands. When you feel basically empty, might be easiest to step around. Inhale, chest forward, lengthen out. Exhale, do fold it all in. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhaling, reach up. Take up space as you fold, take it down. Inhale, chest out. Maybe the other foot steps you back. Jumping with both legs is also the option. Exhaling to flow to chaturanga. Inhaling to Urdhva Mukha or Bhujangasana, up dog or cobra. And exhaling to Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Or as mentioned, something real easy, like child's pose, like a puppy dog on the knees, or even a dolphin stretch if that's familiar. And after several breaths on your own, again high on tippy toes, look to hands, step or hop. Inhale, chest out. And exhale, we fold in. Root down, reach it up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Returning to Utkatasana, revisit that chair pose. This time add a little bit of a lift for your balance, floating the right foot up. Tricky. Tap it down, maybe float the left foot up. Tap it down, take that inhale. And exhale, we fold from there. Inhale, chest out. Stepping or jumping or even choosing to skip the vinyasa, the chaturanga, up dog, down dog sequence is often referenced that way. And from your downward facing dog, right leg reaches. A few breaths to roll the hip open, kick the knees, circle the foot, maybe even flip it out if that's familiar. And return to neutral. Take the inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees, shift forward, step the foot through. Back knees coming down, uncurl the toes, sweep the arms up. Feel that subtle lift of the hip points off the thigh, maybe climb slightly out of it. And as you exhale, press the left hip forward, slide your hands back, almost like you're sunbathing. Breathing in, breathing out, let the heart, the hips stretch. Let's take the arms up on the inhale. Hands come down as you exhale, half or full split. Hips stack over the knee. Send your right heel forward, get long. If you need your blocks under the hands here, use them. And then melting a little further from there. Take a few deeper breaths, choosing to let stuff up and out. There's a lot of resistance in the hamstring or calf. This is a great way to confront it. And you might need a little more time on one side or the other. Climbing out of that half or full split, bend the front knee. Curl the back toes under, lift the thigh up now for a high lunge. That's going to move you to crescent moon. Big inhale to rise, softening the back knee a touch, lifting through the belly, the heart, maybe joining your palms. Back leg can get straighter, front leg can bend toward 90. Still in crescent, take your inhale. Exhale, hands come down. We're going to look forward and step forward, left to right. Inhale, chest out. Exhale, fold it in. Deep breath in, you rise. Exhaling, release. And Utkatasana, chair pose. This time floating the left foot up for a breath or two first. Playing with your balance, bringing your sense of humor with you. Tap it down, right heel hovers. Tap it down to take your inhale, hips back, chest a little forward. Exhale, fold from there. Inhale, heart forward. I'll demo the jump back from here. Shoot the legs, I gaze forward, I lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg's gonna lift. Roll that hip open, take a few breaths, kicking, circling, even flipping the dog if that's familiar and wanted. Back to neutral with the pelvis here, take the inhale. Bend the knee, exhale, shift forward, step through. Back knees coming down, uncurl the toes, and do start to sweep the arms up for a low lunge. A little elevation of those hip points, really pressing the right quad, the hip forward. Opening the heart by maybe sliding the hands back, sunbathing style. A few more breaths, letting that stretch happen. And then you'll reach the arms on the inhale. Hands will come down as you exhale. Half or full split. So we're elongating out through the left heel. You might have to even kind of draw your own toes back. Pull the heart forward, and over time, hinging at the hips into that half split. Sliding it out if the full is more familiar and welcomed. Do note it could be more or less intense on side two. Letting the release happen with space, with time, with longer holds, even if I'm moving out of it. As you're ready to inhale and start to lift, bend the front knee. Take that time to prep in your high lunge for crescent. Maybe left foot a little wider. Deep inhale to rise. Softening the back knee a touch at first. Lift the hips, the heart, the gaze. Maybe joining palms, maybe not. Maybe still looking forward. Back leg could get straighter. Front leg could bend a little deeper. Final inhale. Exhaling, hands come down. Do look forward, end of the breath. Step forward, right to left. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, we release. Root down, reach up, option to look up. And as you exhale, hands are coming toward the heart. To observe, maybe one hand at the belly, one at the chest for a few breaths. Feeling these shifts that you've made already. And if your mind has started to race forward or back, for one thing, it is very typical. Instead of judging that, notice and re-anchor. I am inhaling, I am exhaling. Getting a little bit more into a standing balance here. You're going to lift your right knee up, roughly to hip height. Wrap the hands around the knee or shin, loop the shoulders, and do stand tall for another breath. Nicknamed Flamingo, which we're going to bring to dancer. Right hand at ankle, the heel comes back toward the right sit bone. Left hand could be at the hip, the heart, or all the way up by the ear. And a few breaths, maybe joining left thumb, first finger, Gyan Mudra. Right hand to the inside of that right foot or ankle. And you can start to hinge forward, keeping the chest elevated and kicking the right foot back. If you have a wall near you, a little ballet bar approach, you're welcome to use it to your benefit. If you're wobbling, hopping, can you be patient with yourself through that process? Root to rise on an inhale if it's a choice. Breathing through it, exhale, let it go. A little shimmy and shake if it's helpful. Side two, standing on that right foot, pick up the left knee. Wrapping hands around to the knee or shin. First moments here before sliding left hand to ankle, bring the heel back. Notice it in the quads, the hips. Evolving to Natsaranjasana, the dancer pose. Left hand to the inside of the foot. Kick it back, heart forward. Holding the inner left thigh up, the outer hip down. And you might want your ballet bar, your wall. You might just want to bring your sense of humor with you. Final moments here. Root and rise on the inhale. We release, shake and shimmy, couple of breaths, maybe looping shoulders. Final Utkatasana for this practice. Bend the knees, chair pose. And exhale, fold from there. Inhale, chest forward. You decide, step or float. Coming together in downward facing dog. Take your left leg up. Next exhale, just knee to the nose, tiger. Be on palms or fingertips, inhale. Exhale. One more, inhale. Shifting forward, step the foot through. Start to rise again, crescent moon. Now joining the palms at the heart, take an inhale. Exhale to twist. You're going to bring that right upper arm to the outer left thigh. Push the left hand to the right, get long on the inhale. Revolve a little more as you exhale. If you have to put the back knee down, do modify. If you're familiar with fly away, other variations, do feel free to go there. Wringing out the inner organs, helping us to digest and eliminate. Come back to center. Big inhale. Exhale, hands come down. And you can take the flow, you can also just say no, pull it back. Downward facing dog when you're ready. Second side, right leg for most of us. No big deal if that got confusing. Exhale, knee to the nose, nicknamed tiger, like you're gonna pounce. Inhale, sweep it up. Maybe onto those fingertips if it's interesting for you. Exhale. One more time. Right knee over ankle, do start to rise, crescent moon. Hands toward prayer pose. Big breath in. Exhale, left upper arm to the outer thigh. Pushing top hand to bottom, or of course evolving toward flyaway. If you need to modify, set the back knee down, no big deal. Think of pressing from the back heel to the crown, getting longer on the inhale. Exhale, revolve. Couple more cycles of breath. And then following that twist, find neutral. Big breath in. Exhale, float it down. Stepping back, maybe shift forward, maybe just say no. From that down dog, we're finding our way to the knees. And then crossing legs behind you. Sit back to the sit bones. And we are in Sukhasana. If you need anything under the hips, do grab it. A little rock and sway for a moment. And let's circle it out once or twice one way. And then the other. Now from there, you're going to take yourself into a nice, easy side stretch, walking the right hand right, left arm reaches up and over. Ground through the sit bones, opening up the waist, the heart. Still rooting to rebound. Maybe hand behind the head if you're needing support. If looking up is just not your jam, looking down for the neck for stability. Coming through neutral, walking left hand left. Easy side bend, take it up and over. Root to rise, wrap the bottom ribs, the heart up. And maybe you need to look down. Inhaling to get back to center. Exhale here. Switch up the crossing of the legs. And a little rock sway that brings you into the Sufi circle. At least one time one way, maybe two or three. And then reverse that. Grounding down through those sit bones, lift through the belly, the heart, the crown. Maybe lick your lips and swallow. Big breath in. Let it all out. You're going to uncross legs. Sit toward the back of your sit bones. Teeny tiny bit more balancing what's known as Navasana, the boat. Pick the feet up. Hands can stay at hamstrings, big toes can come together. Knees can stay unlocked when they start to straighten, maybe arms straighten, sails on the boat. Last breath or two. Tap the feet down. Let's take just a moment here. We'll get right back into Navasana, now with a twist. So as you're ready, lean it back. Hold the heart gently forward, float those feet up. Hands to prayer, take your inhale. Quarter turn to the right as you exhale. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, quarter turn left. Keep going. At least one more each way. Back to center, big inhale. Exhale, feet come down. You're going to roll yourself down to your back. Walk the feet in. Knees over ankles, big inhale. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale, float the pelvis up, like the bottom of the bridge. And exhale, just lower down. Take a few more. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, release. Inhale, float the hips up. Exhale, float the hips down. Maybe adding some arms, stretching them behind you on the inhale. Lowering on the exhale. Maybe it's more about a long stay for you, building a full bridge and holding for several breaths. Clearing anything coming up. Last few minutes to continue making it your own. I will demo what's referenced as full bridge here, grounding down. I interlace fingers. I walk my shoulders, my triceps to the earth. Knuckles reaching to the heels. If there's any pressure in the knees, definitely scooch the feet forward a few centimeters. And do what you can to use the strength of the legs, less about squeezing the glutes. After at least 5-6 breaths here, you'll float it down. And maybe you want one more. Maybe you've had enough. Perhaps you're evolving into something like wheel or upward bow. If you are done, knees to chest. Rock it out a little side to side. As we did seated, circle it out one way once or twice. And then the other. And allow your knees to fall wide, Ananda Balasana, happy baby. Kicking up through the heels, working the knees toward the earth. Now from here you can start to move again dynamically, ecstatic baby. Kicking out through one heel, then the other. And maybe even letting your head rock the opposite way as that heel. And then to draw the knees back in. Place your feet flat on the mat. Take an inhale. Let it go. Right ankle over that left thigh. Pick up the left foot. Nice easy threading of the needle. Reclined pigeon pose. Subtle tuck of the chin or a little pillow if needed. And to ease the right thigh away. Left hip, back body is grounded. And right leg is being nudged further from you. Right around 5, 6, even 7 breaths. Staying longer if one hip, one glute needs more time. Sometimes we don't know until we explore. So not assuming, but keeping that very open mind. As you're ready, switching it up, left ankle over right thigh. And threading the needle, also known as reclined pigeon pose. Working now the right knee towards you, the left leg away. Rounding through the whole back of the right hip, right shoulder, the head, the neck. 5, 6, 7 breaths in total. And a little bit longer on the side that needs that time, that space. And eventually when you do, release the feet down to the ground. You can join me for some easy windshield wipers. Letting the knees, the feet flop one way then the other. You can also take a more traditional reclined twist or any other yogi's choice that helps to complete your practice today. Maybe giving your squeeze to the knees here, you're going to roll it up for the inhale. And then letting it all go as you exhale. Spreading out, dropping in, and giving yourself a couple of minutes in shavasana to integrate and absorb everything you've already done. Namaste.